Hi traders, Adam Ryan here with Optic Trading, and welcome to today's market recap video covering crude oil. So to get started here, all the long-term charts still remain bullish. We've seen them 2 sessions ago, so I'm not going to bring them up because nothing's really changed. Just to give a little background on where we are currently trading in a balance area right here, so a consolidated range. And we just broke out of a balance area, so it's not looking too strong at the moment, but all trends are up, so we don't want to just go against that and think that we're just going to fail. It's just something we want to take note of going forward. Now let's go to today. So today we gapped lower off the open, and we had a really bullish opening type where we didn't even trade one tick through the open. We pushed higher right away. So this is definitely something you don't want to go against. It's similar to what we happened yesterday where we pushed lower right away off the open. We didn't trade it back and forth through the open, so it's not something you want to go against right away. Now today we had the crude inventory number, which is released every Wednesday, except if there's a holiday, it's released on Thursday. So one thing you want to note when this number is being released is it's unlikely that we're just going to take off and break out before this number, because you have institutions and hedge funds that are usually sitting on their hands and they're waiting for this number to be released. Some of these longer term funds, they actually want to know what the number is, but the majority of the shorter term institutions who have to move size right away, they are just waiting for the liquidity. So they don't even care what the number is, they just want the liquidity. If they need to buy, market moves down, it's a perfect time for them to buy. So they're not even really paying attention to the number, but they want the liquidity. So it's unlikely that we're just going to break out. So knowing that we're coming into a resistance zone, unlikely that we're just going to break out. We hit it, fail, come back into it again, we fail, and then we kind of chop and bounce for a bit. And right here is where the crude inventory number was released. So the number's released, we tanked down right away, and we're moving to the balance area low. So this area right here was the balance area low. We've been seeing buyers come in near here. Just like with every balance area, you know, the real opportunities lie at the extremes, because that's where you're going to see the buyers at the low, the sellers at the high, or you're either going to break out and accelerate or fail. So this is where you really want to watch out what's going to be happening. You're going to want to watch your price action and see what's happening. So here we shoot down into the balance area low, and we actually exhausted. The sellers exhausted, and extreme buying came in, pushed price back up, and you have this huge like V pattern here, which is just an aggressive pattern where it just touches and goes, comes all the way back to the high, fails, comes back in. So this is setting up to be a neutral day type, and what happens in a neutral day type is it's just that, it's very neutral. You'll see that price will rotate from high to low, and when you know you're in a neutral day, what you want to do is start buying near the lows and selling near the highs, and just rotating back and forth, and that's exactly what happened on this day. So when we see that we took out this high, failed, we're trading towards the low. Markets are very visual, so when people see that in the past this was an area where a lot of people bought, when it comes to the future, people buy just because they've seen that in the past. So it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So we're expecting that buyers might be buying here because of this strong excess low, paired with the fact that we know we're in a neutral day. So what do we want to do in a neutral day? We want to be buying near the lows, selling near the highs, and rotating back and forth. Now we see in here we get a massive move up here, and at this point we wouldn't really be expecting this breakout. We'd be looking to take a long here and get out somewhere in here. We see volume really pick up here, and it almost might look like, wow, look at the volume on this bar, we're breaking out, looks like we're just gonna soar. But where is that volume coming in? And that's key. That's what you really want to know, and that's why I use the intraday volume profile chart, which shows me the volume at each price. So I'm going to pull that up here. We break out, we see the market getting really thick, and what I mean by really thick is a lot of volume being transacted above the high where we broke out, but prices struggle there. They struggle to move higher. So when you see that happening, really thick volume, prices are struggling to move higher, that tells me that's absorption. So absorption is when opposing force comes in and just starts doing the opposite of what's happening. So if we're moving higher, sellers come in and they just start absorbing all that buying action and push prices back in. So that's something to note when we see that, because a lot of traders, they see huge volume, they see a breakout, they immediately think, oh, we're soaring higher. But that's not always the case. You want to see where did the volume come, because this 5-minute candlestick all it shows is huge volume happened on this bar, but where on the bar did it happen? So that's very important. That's why I use the volume profile chart to show me that. So going forward, what are we looking at here? We do have a balance area, and like in balance areas, we rotate from low to high, low to high. So we came to the low area of the balance area. A lot of buying coming in near this low, pretty aggressive. So what we were expecting is a rotate back to the balance area high. Now, if this doesn't happen, then that's an extreme weak sign that maybe we could be failing, because that's what happens in a balance area. We go from high to low to high to low, and it keeps rotating until we eventually break out. So that's what we want to be looking for going into tomorrow's session, that we could be rotating back to the balance area high, or if that doesn't happen, we could see a failure. But we did see some strong buying coming in at the balance area low, so that's a good indication that we may push higher. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That lets me know you enjoy these videos and you want more of them. Best of luck with your trading, and I'll see you in the next video.